It's time to pop off the top with Pub Talk. Today, we got Pub Talk All-Stars, a little bit different beers. We also have MLB Talk. The World Series is set. College Football Talk, Week 8. NFL, Week 7. And Hops of the Week to finish it all off. But before we begin, Pub Talk is brought to you by Route 11 Chips. It is football season, and the weekends are all about college and NFL football. And baseball now. Just by sitting on the couch or throwing a huge party, you're going to need some chips, and Route 11 has got you covered. Since 1992, Route 11 has been chipping away to give its consumers a great and tasty product. So make sure you check out your local Martin's, Food Lion, and Giant to pick up a bag today. All right, let's do this. Pub Talk. Welcome back. Today is October 20th, 2019, and we are always brought to you by Route 11 Chips. We have our most hardcore fan, core hard fan here in the house tonight. Biff is back with us.
Hey.
And to start off the show, we will be talking about MLB, but we got to talk about the beers in our hands tonight. No microbreweries or crafts tonight, just good old beer that we love every single day. What do you got? Michelob Ultra?
Absolutely.
And Coach with the old Milwaukee.
Throwback.
Of course, these beers aren't microbrews. We will have some next week. We still got some Fancy Clancy in the house.
I'm going to have one of them next. I'm out of my old
And we still
Milwaukee
have some Monumental IPAs in the house here.
I did. There's still some in there.
I think we also still have some Susquehanna oranges. So
Susquehanna.
yeah, so we're going to be good here
really
for a
good.
little bit. Yeah, it's very I don't care what anyone says. I'm not the biggest beer guy in the world, but man, I love me some Susquehanna orange.
I'm not a fruity person, but
Yes, you are.
You're a fucking fruitcake.
All right, you know what? You're going to get sideswiped.
It's okay. I'm already getting you mad because we're about to talk some baseball. The World Series is set. To our listeners out there, it is probably not the matchup you were expecting because we were expecting Dodgers, Red Sox. We kind of were expecting the Astros. They're a top-tier team. They have made
the best record in baseball this year.
Exactly. And last year, they had the second-best record in baseball, only second to the World Series champion Red Sox. But this year, the Astros have made it from the AL, and the fucking Washington Nationals. The last time we talked, I was saying that they were probably going to sweep them, and they got their fucking brooms out, and they swept the St. Louis Cardinals. They are going to the World Series. What a series we got here, but I know Biff is a hardcore Yankees fan. He's been a Yankees fan ever since he was a little kid, and my God, seeing Chapman's face last night after Altuve hit the walk-off double home run, Chapman looked like the monkey from the end of the Nickelodeon show saying, "Hi, I'm Paul." That's what he looked like. He looked so upset.
He was sitting there trying to figure out what kind of money he can get after that.
Well, he is considered the best closer in baseball.
Between him and I can't remember what the Dodgers closer is. Kendrick?
No, Howie Kendrick plays for the Nats.
No, I can't remember. He's a big dude. He's got long hair, long dreads.
Kenley Jansen?
That's it. Yeah, he's considered one of the best too.
Yeah, well, he didn't have a great year this year, but
well, anyway, like the Yankees, you have to give it to them though. Like this is back-to-back years that they've made it to the postseason. But Aaron Boone, people are calling for his head right now. What's going on over there?
Stupid. They're stupid.
The way he was handling the fucking bullpen just pissed off every Yankees fan. The way he was sticking with Gary Sanchez even after his humongous slump.
What, did he have, like 8 strikeouts at one point?
It was absolutely atrocious. I mean, he was decent in the beginning, and then once it got further along, it just got worse. I think he batted like 130s for the ALCS, but it was bad. And the way he was conducting his pitching, letting his pitchers come in one inning or one batter, and then bringing Adam Ottavino in multiple times after he blew 2 games. And it's everybody's calling for his head because he doesn't know how to manage a bullpen. Granted, the last time we won the ALCS, Aaron Boone...
Could you pull the mic closer?
Yes, Dad.
Thank you.
Anyway, the last time we won the ALCS, Aaron Boone was actually the one who hit the walk-off.
Yeah?
In 2004, Aaron Boone was our walk-off hitter.
Wait, to win the ALCS?
Yeah.
That was the year that you guys got reverse swept by the Red Sox, though. That wasn't to win the ALCS. What are you talking about? Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, your Yankees, I still have to commend them for a great season. Mm-hmm. Didn't they lead the league in home runs, though, this year?
No, we were behind. I think we were like 5 or 6 home runs behind the Twins.
Okay, so either way, you guys had a very good season offensively, especially when it came to hitting.
When we were healthy.
But you have to also commend the Astros because this is a team that the past 4 seasons has really come into their own, and they have great players like Altuve and Carrera. The Houston Astros, it's crazy because they've now made the World Series 2 out of the past 3 seasons, which you could say for the Dodgers, but at least the Astros have won a fucking World Series. And also, you have to think the Astros weren't even in the AL a couple years ago. Remember, they switched over from the NL, and they were having a brutal time in the NL. Of course, they made the World Series in 2005, but, of course, they lost in that World Series. But you have to commend them for the types of trades and acquisitions that these guys have been able to get. Man, there was a picture, I think it was of Aaron Judge standing next to Jose Altuve.
Yep,
and
that picture was very popular, and I actually just seen the picture. Someone blew up Jose Altuve having his arm around Aaron Judge. And, yeah. But I want to talk about brain fart. Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
Mike?
No, not Mike Stanton.
Oh.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh.
But,
AKA Mike Stanton.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have a baseball card, his rookie card, it says Mike Stanton on it.
Yeah.
But, no, we were 5-0 when Stanton was healthy in the playoffs. But yet, everybody's saying he's trash, he strikes out, and saying he's not the best that he can be, and he's not worth all this money. We were 5-0 with him in our lineup. He comes out, or he gets hurt. What happens? We lose the ALCS. I mean, he is that.
Your fan base seems to be that type of fan base, though,
yeah,
honestly.
We're trying to wean out the weak links.
26 World Series championship. No, 27, excuse me.
Yep.
27 World Series championships, and for the love of God, fans just cannot just seem to, I don't know, be happy for once in their lives over at the Yankees.
This is the first decade that the Yankees have not made it to a World Series since 1910.
Wow. I still don't care, though, because honestly, like I said, 27 fucking championships. There are plenty of teams that have 0, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, I still think this is going to be a good World Series. I want to see the Nationals pull it off here.
So, when I still had faith in seeing the Yankees-Nationals World Series, I just got a wild hair up my ass and looked up some tickets. Yeah, the cheapest ticket I found per one ticket was $850.
Oh, yeah.
And to get even relatively close was $5,000 minimum.
What was standing room?
$800.
That was standing room.
That was standing room. Yes.
Okay. Well, I
there's
no chance. There's absolutely no chance we're going to see. I
was willing to get a loan just to watch one game of a Yankees Nationals World Series.
Shitting me?
Get a
I
loan?
wouldn't shit you. You're my favorite turd. Yeah, I was going to get a loan to watch a game. That has been a World Series I've wanted to see for a long
I can
time.
understand in your aspect. You want to see your Yankees, and you'll get a chance to see them. But sorry, you're not going to be able
this
to.
year.
It's not going to happen. Anyway, all right. So the baseball is done. We'll update you next week for baseball. But
let's see, Wednesday's the first game.
No, it's Tuesday. I thought it was Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, I think so. Tuesday.
It's going to be in Houston because the AL teams have the better record.
Yes, you are right. Tuesday at 8.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yep.
And like I said, it will be in Houston. But we're on to college football here, and we have Biff is a Yankees fan, but he wasn't here for last week. And Biff is also a Georgia Bulldogs fan.
I'm not talking about it.
He really is a Georgia Bulldogs fan.
I was cussing just listening to the podcast in my work truck.
Well, we won't get into much discussion, but suck it, bitch.
Okay, granted, we did lose to freaking the Cox.
No, you lost to I'm gonna tell you straight up. Will Muschamp is a fucking terrible coach, and his Gamecocks literally beat you with no offense.
So I'm going to say one thing about that. Justin Fields, that left in the trade portal. He did have a very class act reaction to us losing, and it was I gained a lot of respect. Granted, he left for another team, but he did have a good class act reaction.
Yeah.
Now, we'll move into this week, since that's what we're doing anyway. How in the hell did we win with Jake Fromm only throwing freaking 31 yards?
Okay, here's the thing about Georgia right now. I don't like Kirby Smart as your head coach.
No.
I don't like him because people seem to think that he will take your team to the promised land. There's a reason that Justin Fields left. Mm-hmm. Number one is because, Jake Fromm is a pretty damn good quarterback, and you have to commend him for that. But number two, I think after sitting behind Jake Fromm for the year that he was there, he saw the offense that was being run and was like, get me the fuck out of here, please. Because there is no... The offense has no variation. 3 years ago when you played in the national championship game, you guys looked like the stellar team. Well, that was because you had Roquan Smith and a fantastic defense behind you as well. And Jake Fromm was also being able to use that offense to his advantage. But ever since then, your offense is not spectacular. You have lost to Alabama every single time since then, and you guys have not updated your offense once, and it's very boring.
Yeah, no, the only reason we won this week is we were a run-first offense. Swift had 179 yards. I don't remember how many touchdowns, but he had 179 yards versus 9 out of 12 completions for 31 yards by Jake Fromm.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. From a couple years ago, you could make those when you had a good defense. But now that your defense isn't as good, but you still have all the talent in the world. You have a lot of 5-star recruits on your team.
We've got some 5-star recruits in our backfield of the defense. Laying them defensive backs. They're good defensive backs, but the way we've been running our defense, this man-to-man is kind of hurting us. In the long run.
And also, this week, I'll talk about this week, Kentucky's fucking awful. Okay, Kentucky is really bad.
If it's not basketball, you shouldn't even be talking about Kentucky.
Exactly.
But the fact that they put up a fight against us is just terrible.
Well, I'll talk about another basketball school now, and that's Kansas. They put up 48 against Texas last night in a shootout for the ages against the Longhorns. This is a Kansas team that won 2 games last year, and they're battling with some of the best Big 12 teams. They battled with Oklahoma.
You got the Mad Hatter, man.
I know Les Miles can do it, but still, they're getting there. Their levels will be higher next year, I'm sure, because he has to deal with the players that he has now. But Kansas, another basketball school, putting it up with Texas, I've said this from the beginning. You can't say we're back when you lose to teams like Oklahoma and fucking LSU. And you didn't just lose to LSU. Your defense, who you so-called DBU, I mean, come on now. You guys got torched. But Kansas losing by 2 to Texas, very good game for them. I think that's a very good morale boost. But this whole weekend of college football has really sucked again. I'm serious. These games were not good this weekend.
The only thing I seen that actually excited me was the Tennessee coach going the hell off on the quarterback. I don't even know how to pronounce
Jeremy Pruitt. Hold on a second. Their head coach is going off on the quarterback.
Oh, there's a video. I don't know if I'll be able to find it again, but there's a video. He ripped his headphones off, threw them on the ground, and went on the field screaming at the quarterback.
Really? Because I don't see his quarterback as the problem of the program. I see the fucking head coach as the problem of that program. Because since Butch Jones has left, Tennessee has been a laughing stock for the state of Tennessee and for the football players who have come to that team, because Jeremy Pruitt has done nothing. They have a 100,000-seat stadium that is only supposed to fit 80, and for some goddamn reason, they can't find a way to win, even though they'll beat Mississippi State last week, who got torched against LSU this week. Another game that I wanted to talk about was the Virginia Tech game, because
6 overtimes.
Yeah, 6 overtimes.
6 overtimes.
1 overtime's bad enough, but 6 of them, Jiminy, Christmas.
Yeah,
when are you going to give up?
It didn't end till what, midnight?
It was pitch black when I saw it. Yeah.
Well, it's not like they turned the fucking lights out. Jesus.
Got to call the power company in Iowa to say, like, we need the lights. Fuck, I'm at home on a Saturday night. You got to come in. Yeah, 6 OT. Who'd they play again? 6 OTs. They played, who did they play?
Why the hell can't I find it?
I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Me either.
But anyway, who gives? Oh, North Carolina. They played UNC 43-41 in 6 overtimes. Like I said, all these games this week fucking sucked. Okay? Ohio State, hey, you're going to have Wisconsin next week, who shat the bed for me. All the praise that I gave you guys, the Badgers of Wisconsin, you're going to take on Ohio State. It's going to be a clash of titans this year. And you lose to Illinois. You lose to the white-haired, white-bearded Lovie Smith, Illinois Fighting Illini.
Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith is the head coach of the Fighting Illini. And you lose to the white-bearded guy up there, man. You lost to God, basically. And it's a bad loss, too, because you have to look at these teams who want to compete for the college football playoff. Guess what? My mom was getting mad at me last night saying, well, Alabama will still get in if they lose a game. Yeah, if they lose to fucking LSU and win out, yeah, that's a pretty good loss still.
Yeah, because they moved Clemson down, LSU did.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel bad for Clemson because they can only play the opponents on their schedule.
Yep.
They can't do anything about it. But what I'm saying is Wisconsin losing to an opponent like Illinois, you are not going to compete for a national championship now unless all the teams in the top 4 lose like 3 games now each for the rest of the season. It's not going to happen. You lose to Illinois, and you're going to have to play Ohio State next week, who ravaged Northwestern 52-3. It's not. They're just not even playing good teams right now, and you were going to be the one team to stop them. Now you have bad morale. Now you have a bad set piece because you lost to Illinois. I'm saying it again. Illinois has 3 wins.
So my one comment for the week of college football is, you talked about it last week, Baylor.
Yeah.
Baylor.
7-0 now.
They're still pushing.
45-27 against Oklahoma State.
They came back, too. They were down against
down.
Oklahoma State, and they came back. I think
Coach Rule's doing a phenomenal job there. You know, they've always had talent. Now it's just a matter of getting it organized, and Coach Rule is doing that. You got to take your hat off to that cat. I mean, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, right now, they're on a collision course for the Big 12 championship game. Because last year it was Texas versus Oklahoma. This year, it could be Baylor versus Oklahoma.
Yeah. And I don't know if they got enough for Oklahoma.
I don't know either. But you never know right now with Baylor, honestly, because they've just been shocking everybody. They're not one of the top-tier teams who are undefeated, of course, but they're just trying to make a name for themselves again with all the allegations that have come on.
Right.
Another one was, Oklahoma. My God, the buggy that came out at the beginning of the game.
Boomer Sooner.
Rolling.
You see that girl go flying off?
Dude, she had to be carried off the field.
They said there were no serious injuries, but she sure looked like she was hurting.
I'd seen pictures afterwards, and people had taken screenshots of the video and posted. They were like, "This is the reason why the cart rolled. Look at the ass on this woman."
Oh my God! There was Gus Johnson, the commentator for Fox Sports. He was like, "Look at that perfect roll. That's how you're supposed to roll. Perfect form right there."
Then I seen another video. Somebody had put the Tokyo Drift music over top of it.
Oh, the nostalgia.
So I want to talk about the ass whooping that West Virginia got from Oklahoma.
I mean, yeah,
they're getting warm. I better help you with them.
Yeah, but 52-14.
I kind
They're
of
going
expected
into
that.
a week 9 bye week.
Yeah.
And then they come out of the bye week and play Baylor.
Nice. That's a great morale boost right there.
Do you think that 1 week of bye week is going to prepare them for Baylor?
No. Hell to the no.
After
you gave up 52 against Oklahoma.
That shellacking from Oklahoma, I just don't.
It was 28-14 at one point, and you're thinking, man, if
you
you could
drink
just
Michelob Light? Not Ultra, but just regular Michelob Light.
I tried the pure gold ones.
No, you got to get the Michelob Light. Get it in your fridge. Get your fridge temperature down, and it is the finest cold beer on. If you can get in a bar and sit down and have it on draft, ice cold Michelob Light could be one of the finest cold beer you drink. It's just tremendous. When I used to have my kegerator at the house, I had a fridge.
I'll just take a 6-pack of it and put it in with my wife's breast milk.
I used to put quarter barrels in it and keep them for a month, and friends would come over and drop a few bucks in the tip jar at the top of the fridge. I had a fridge and had a tap system knocked in the front of it, and I used to keep Michelob
Coach,
Light
talking to
on
the mic.
barrels. I am talking. I'm talking.
Well, you were talking like over here.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
what
heard it.
I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at the spikes over here. That's all.
Well, look at these spikes, young fella.
So who's your shit
Yeah,
list?
so I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to derail that, but I wanted to start with the shit list. Michigan. You know, I'm tired of this whole Michigan and putting Jim Harbaugh out there. Look, they're just not in that top 25 mentality. They can't be part of that conversation. So stop trying to have it with them. To me, that's a shit list team. Period. Let's be done with it. Shea Patterson is not the answer. I watched them play last night. It's not the answer. They I guess they played well down the stretch, but too little, too late. And I've said this 1,000 times on the show before. If you start slow and you let a good team freaking hammer you, you deserve to lose. You don't make it. You don't respond to the situation, that you deserve that beating that you get. The other one was Boise losing to freaking. Was Boise losing to BYU? You know,
they were one of the undefeated teams in the country.
Yeah, they
and
were
they just
6-0 and lost the freaking.
But every
3
year,
and 4 now.
Every year you can have that conversation, and there's a team like BYU.
Oh
or
my God!
It's BYU themselves. What's going on here?
Oh my God! I'm sorry. The Chargers just tried to go for it. There's 20 seconds left. They're on the 1 yard line, trying to win the game, and they fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line to try and win the game. And it looks like
Who the hell is that dude?
it looks like the Titans just recovered it, and that ball's out.
Yeah, he's not in.
That ball's out. No question.
Is that the $100 million boy?
That is. Welcome back, Melvin Gordon.
Welcome back, Melvin Gordon.
Yay! You're not worth the money they're paying you now, let alone all the extra that you
Was his
wanted.
arm down when he stripped it?
Well,
though?
I don't know. Well, it what depends is the call on the field. Words.
No, the ball's
I
out.
can't really say anything.
Ball's out.
Okay, what was the other shit list one that you had? Boise.
Boise
Yeah,
State.
I just didn't see that, but at the same time, BYU always steps up. It seems like every year and knocks off a quality opponent like a Boise. One of the other things I wanted to say is how bad has West Virginia fallen? I mean, they were a very competitive program. They were
Everybody had them held high at the beginning of the season.
And
they
I'll
just,
tell you what,
just dropped.
Oklahoma.
Well, they had a new head coach. Dana Holgerson goes down to Houston.
Yeah.
Like they have to regroup somehow. And
I get that, but I don't know. I just don't. I didn't see that happening that fast. To be relatively competitive one year and then the next year you can't do anything. You can't prevent Oklahoma from scoring 50 points against you.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. To me, that's just that's not something I recognize in a Division I program that has been ranked before. To be able to allow 52 points and just fall off the map it
happened to them last year against Oklahoma where they were ranked and they gave up a lot of points to Kyler Murray in that offense. I got one team on my shit list real quick. It's actually a team that won yesterday. I spoke so highly about them, and the thing is, though, is that I was very disappointed in the way that they handled the game, in the way that they played against an opponent that is very overrated and is very bad offensively, and that is Penn State. They are on my shit list right now because of the way that they managed that game yesterday. The way that they managed that game, they were up 21-0 in the first half. It ended 28-21.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay? And the way that you manage that game with Coach will tell you this all the time. Stop it with the fucking trying not to lose mentality.
Yep.
The way that you
Just
manage
keep plowing away. Just
Exactly.
keep trying to score. Keep trying to do everything you can.
because you started out so strong. You have so many good players on that offense. You saw how KJ Hamler came alive in
And
that
Hamler
game.
cat's pretty good, man.
Exactly. And also what I wanted to say is that you're going to play Ohio State here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And guess what they're going to do? They aren't going to play try not to lose.
Right.
They will not.
They're gonna
and
try
they
and
will
stick-
kick your ass
They're going
up
to try
and down
and
the
stick
field.
the knife in your neck.
Exactly. And that's why you're on my shit list, because if you're doing it against Michigan, you're going to do it against fucking
Yeah.
Ohio State. And like I said, Michigan, they're not good. They're not as good as they used to be. You had that game won if you just keep putting on them. Why do you give these kids full ride scholarships? Why do you give them full ride scholarships? If you don't fucking trust them out there, if you don't trust Clifford to lead you down the field and score and win, what's the point? What is the point of it? Oh, sorry, oh my God, the Chargers just lost. Oh my God, the Chargers just lost.
Did they reverse it?
They reviewed it, and it is a fumble.
It is a fumble.
Overturn.
The Titans are going to win the ball game. Unreal.
Welcome
welcome
back,
back, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
But you got Penn State versus
Yep.
Michigan State next week.
Penn State versus Michigan State.
Penn
Okay.
State wins by 3 touchdowns.
If they don't win by 3 touchdowns this season, they're going to lose to Ohio State then, because they have to go out there and put up some points on them.
Next
Where's
week,
it
are
at,
we talking about
Michigan
next week's
State?
games now?
Yes. Yes.
Well, actually, do you have anyone on your shit list?
he got it. Boise State, BYU.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Actually, I wanted to say one more thing. Did you hear about the Minnesota kid?
Yeah.
The kid who
Yes.
has been diagnosed with
Yes.
cancer.
Yes.
And
What was
PJ
it? 5 times?
Yeah,
Something
yeah, it
like
was.
that, crazy.
And he finally got into a game yesterday.
Hold the
He was
extra
he
point.
was like the third
Old
string
PJ
holder.
Fleck.
And PJ Fleck. They showed a video of PJ Fleck on the sideline.
He was,
You're not
And he
crying.
was
I'm not crying. You are.
and he was in tears. And I just love what Minnesota is doing.
row that boat,
I just
motherfucker.
love what they are doing. I don't care if they could be considered one of the worst undefeated teams in the country. I don't care. I love what their head coach is doing with their program, and he's just a swell coach, and he cares
Yeah,
about
I
his
think
players
he's
so
well
much.
respected guy. I think he's getting a lot out of his players.
Exactly.
And then there's that human side of the game where you have people that are stricken with horrible fucking diseases, and I just lost a
And they're not
friend
robots.
of mine. I lost
Yeah.
a friend of mine at work. She died on Monday morning, and it's just horrible. And yeah, Coach Fleck did the right thing, got that kid in the game, and quite frankly, made a life event for somebody that they'll never forget.
No,
So,
that whole stadium will not forget that day.
yeah, that was pretty cool stuff.
yeah.
I like me some PJ Fleck. I just love his motivational thing, and he's wired. He's just wired tight, and I like that about him.
Okay, so let's talk about next week.
I got 3 games on next week when we
But
get to
before
it.
we do that, I'm going to introduce something new. I actually am going to be doing another show every single week for Pub Talk.
Boo!
Finally.
Because Coach is busy
Boo.
with school and coaching because he is.
I
a
have
fucking
nothing better
coach.
to do while I'm working.
So, like, I want to be able to bring people the what is on the weekend to come and what you'll expect from us over the weekend. So you're not like, oh well, I wasn't expecting him to talk about the most boring game in the NFL, which was the Chargers and fucking Titans. I wasn't expecting that. But I want to introduce like a 30 to 20-minute podcast with me on it. We'll talk about what's going to happen, my little thoughts on it, but the reaction will be on Sunday, of course, at the same time. It'll come out for you guys on Monday on your long drives to work. Awful Monday drives, but that's going to be coming up this week. I will be starting it. And then hopefully soon we will be on iTunes once I get this picture thing figured out on here, so we can get more listeners on there. But anyway, on to next week. You had some games, Coach, so we'll start with that.
I had 3 games. Auburn, LSU. Got to be a huge game.
That was one of mine.
What, number 9, number 6, number 9, number 2?
Number 9, number 2.
I honestly, Coach, I don't even think that's going to be a game.
I think LSU's going to hammer
I think
Auburn.
LSU is absolutely going to hammer them.
Nah,
Bo
Tate
Nix-
Martell's going to come in.
What? I'm so confused.
He's going to wear a wig and come in and
He's going to come
win
up
the
from
game.
Miami.
Yep.
The next
He's going to
one
be
is
bait Bitchtel.
Tartell. Yep.
Tartell. Okay.
I
sorry.
think this is going to get Jim Harbaugh fired when Notre Dame rips them a new one, because I think Notre Dame is probably 3 touchdowns better than Michigan, and I think they're going to prove it. And I really, really think that at the end of the year, Jim Harbaugh will be gone. That's what I think. Between losing to Penn State, they are going to lose to Notre Dame, and they are going to get absolutely clobbered by Ohio State. The Jim Harbaugh era will come to an end, and it's a shame.
heard it here, folks.
But it happens.
It's not a fucking shame to me.
I think
The coach
that's
is-
what's happening. You know, everybody wants to say that he's this and he's that. I don't know.
Trust me, Miami's already got his number.
And then the third game of next week will be, can Wisconsin shake off this
They dropped all
loss
the way
or-
down to number 13. They went from 6 to 13
Yeah.
after losing.
But
to
they
fucking
could go right
Illinois.
back up if they beat Ohio State.
But I don't care. Like, I gave you so much praise, but I don't see it happening anymore. You showed weakness against Illinois.
Yeah,
Sure.
home of Dick Butkus, damn it. No wonder.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed kicking the shit out of people. I loved it. Yeah. You lost to them. Yeah, I agree. It's still going to be an interesting game.
I think
to
it was
watch.
a trap game. I think Wisconsin ended up in a trap game. And what I mean by that is they took Illinois lightly, knowing that they were going to be falling into a slobber knocker with Ohio State. And to me, they took the wrong team lightly.
It's what happened to Ohio State 2 years. It happened to them last year. They went to Purdue thinking, man, we got this game in the bag.
Purdue
Boom,
freaking
lose
knocked
by
their dick in the
29.
dirt. They just flat out knocked their dick in
Exactly.
the dirt.
I agree with
Those are
that.
my 3 games. Those are the things I think next week stand out.
I got one game that I'm interested to see next weekend is Texas is going to play TCU. And, here's the thing. I think TCU could upset them, honestly. Texas has not looked good.
Yeah,
And
they kind of streaky.
They really have not looked good.
You know who they remind me of? It sounds kind of silly, but they remind me of the Detroit Lions in the NFL. They'll come out and storm the shit out of some team and look fantastic, and the next week they look average, and they'll take a big L. And I don't understand that. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. But
No,
that's who they remind me of.
That's all I was going to say. And then the other one is going to be a Pac-12 game, is that Cal is unranked. They're 4-3, but they're going to play Utah. And I think that that's a very good game because Cal has a fantastic defense. They really do. But Utah, I think, is one of the best teams, especially in the Pac-12. But the Pac-12 is just a joke to me, honestly. I don't think they're a good Power 5 team, Power 5 conference. Even though we saw Oregon come back from 14 points last night against Washington, who had your old boy Jacob Eason, who had to
Slinging
transfer.
Eason.
Do you have anything for next week, Biff?
I have one game that nobody's really going to give a shit about, but it's going to be an interesting game for me to watch because Iowa State, Oklahoma State. I'm an Iowa boy. I love Iowa State.
You like them more than Iowa?
Cyclones.
I'm a Cyclone through and through.
Okay.
I like that.
But-
And then they got Oklahoma State,
Yep.
the Fighting Mike Gundys.
Yep.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
You ever think that they actually play that in the tunnel as they come out, so they
Do
get
they
fired
really?
up?
I'm a
No,
man.
I'm hoping that's what they do every single time.
Oh,
It's
no,
like-
let me call my cousin. He works at Iowa State.
I want to hear
No,
that.
I meant at Oklahoma State. He doesn't.
Oh, Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you ever think that they just play that in the
Yeah,
tunnel?
they're
It's
at
like,
Iowa.
yeah, we're 40. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, college football talk is done. We'll update you next week on week number 9. It's week number 9. Fuck.
Why are we already halfway through?
Why has it got to be week number 9 next week? Oh, my God.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, we want to hear that again, definitely.
I'm a man.
If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this
We don't have to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't
Coach.
want to hear the whole thing. Sorry, I wanted the short one. I had the freaking little 5-second jobby. Where's it at? What happened to it? There it is. I'm going to move my mic.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, Mike.
It's still a classic.
Damn, I love freaking Mike Gundy. The Fighting Mike Gundys.
And he's still kicking it there,
Yeah, man, I
You know,
love him.
there was one receiver.
He's got a great approach to coaching as well. And he's just one of those characters that, as a coach, he has this persona, and I just like it, and I love that. I remember watching that.
I think I know which receiver you're going to talk about.
One receiver come from OSU that I had high hopes for.
Justin Blackman.
Justin Blackman.
And guess where he's at? Prison. He's in
Yeah.
prison. Yeah.
For what?
I want to. Is it assault?
It was assault, and then there was a bunch of drug charges
And pepper.
Yeah,
Salt and
exactly.
pepper.
Like I know exactly who you're talking about. He was a
Damn.
stud in college.
I had.
That's
some
what we thought
seriously
about
high
Ryan
hopes.
Leaf, and now he's in prison.
I mean, that's what
No,
we thought
he's
about.
not. He's a freaking ESPN analyst.
Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Yes. He's actually very, very good on TV, man.
He's better
He turned-
talking about it than
he-
playing about it.
He turned his entire life around. Completely redid his life. I think
He's on
finally,
ESPN going
Yeah.
from prison, and Warren Sapp got fired because he was screwing strippers.
I mean, hey, what's
There's
that?
choices
What's that
and then
show?
there's choices.
What's that freaking show that Peyton Manning does now?
I don't
Peyton's Places.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see old freaking Ryan Leaf join.
Oh
him.
my God! It's like, hey, how many rings you? Oh wait. Hey, how many Heisman's? Oh wait, you lost to fucking.
How many
Charles
wins?
Woodson.
Oh,
He was a great freaking college quarterback. He was a really good college quarterback. And I think he got too big, too fast, and a lot of money. And when things didn't go his way, that it just freaking lapsed him into depression and sent him down the shit tube. But he's really good. I like him. I like his insight and things like that. And it's refreshing to see a guy turn his life around completely. And then ESPN, which is a company that I'm not especially.
the CJ Cup for PGA Tour.
Yeah,
Why the fuck do we have golf on the tee?
I just was flipping around there. I'm trying to find.
Okay, let's get
Week
to
7 NFL.
Yeah, let's
Where?
get to week. Who the fuck made you the talker, Biff? Shut up.
It's because I'm fucking Biff.
Week 7 of NFL is now done and dusted, except
Yeah.
for tonight. We're not going to talk about Monday night because it's the Patriots versus the Jets, and who gives a shit, honestly? Because
Jets winning
I
by
will be
2.
content with the Jets going 1-15. Now.
I didn't say anything about the Pats this week. I pushed them to next week because I thought that was an interesting matchup next week. So
I will be content with the Jets only going 1-15, knowing that the one win that they got this season was against the Dallas Cowboys. I will be very content with that because the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to play tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's a game that I'm just going to have my head scratching, honestly, because I don't know what to expect. They're two teams that I just the Eagles are going to play a very soft team in Dallas. They really are. And the Eagles are just banged up. They got rid of Zach Brown last week after he freaking tried to call Kirk Cousins the worst part of their team.
yeah, Kirk
he gets
Cousins. And then
released.
Kirk Cousins, what he throw for like 4 touchdowns today, 5 touchdowns maybe.
Against the Lions, yeah.
Was it 5 touchdowns?
I want to say it was 4, but I thought Kirk Cousins would have a Kirk Cousins day.
Yeah,
He didn't.
he's one of those guys that just freaking.
He has days.
Yeah,
he has off days.
he has those days. Well, the last couple of weeks, he's done what, they paid him to do.
Well,
And
I'll go
that's-
ahead and
To me, that's big time.
Well, I'll go ahead and put my dump the warm beer on them again. It's the fucking Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
getting
bad, but-
I'm getting tired of this because just a couple years ago they were removed from the Super Bowl,
Right.
and now they are 1-7. They're 1-7. Oh wait, no, excuse me, 1-6. They're 1-6.
Kirk Cousins, 333 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, quarterback rating 141.4.
We'll get to another quarterback who had, oh my God, a perfect passer rating day. But the Falcons, they lose to the Rams, who get Jalen Ramsey from the Jaguars in a trade, and their defense looked very good. The Falcons, though, they looked very bad.
Yeah.
And Dan Quinn is probably going to lose his job.
Yep.
Probably tomorrow he'll lose his job.
Damn good coach is going to lose his job.
Exactly, and there's nothing he can do about it.
I'm dumping warm beer on my motherfucking Bears. They just suck right now. And that's very frustrating, especially with the amount of money that they've put into this team over the last couple of years and trading the way they did. Now, I don't like to knock teams about their draft choices and stuff like that, but it is very apparent after the middle of the second season that Trubisky is not the answer. He is not a producer right now. He's just not playing there. He's just not playing well.
As one good season at UNC gets as the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. That's Trubisky's resume.
Now, how much of a role, and I don't want to knock the player, but how much of a role does Matt Nagy have in this? Maybe he's trying to be too creative, trying to work too much with this young guy.
But I saw it last year where they were this team that you go, man, these guys are on fire.
Yeah,
but you notice that Mitchell Trubisky was that issue where you're like, hold on a sec. Are they really that creative? Or is Mitchell Trubisky getting... Or is he just, like, not that good? Because I thought that was the case. I thought that Matt Nagy was trying something with Mitchell Trubisky, but then late into the season he was like, I can't do this anymore because this kid isn't that good, really.
Yeah.
And
So,
I really saw that.
for me,
today.
I'm dumping the warm beer on my Bears. Just suck.
Is that what we're
It's just
on?
pure
Warm
suck.
beer?
Suck. I'm just dumping my
Yeah,
beer. I
we're-
dumped him on the Falcons. I said that the Falcons are... What? You got to... You're a Saints fan! You care about the fucking Falcons?
I'm dumping warm beer on Matt Ryan and Devonta Freeman for fighting Aaron Donald.
No, it just got to go to Devonta Freeman because he picked his ass up. He literally picked his ass up.
Oh, yeah. Would you fight Aaron Donald?
No, I wouldn't. He tried to fight him, and Aaron Donald literally picked him up with one arm and, like, pushed him
Yeah,
back. And it was
Devonta
like,
Freeman
dude,
threw a punch and hit him in the helmet. And
That was
he lit-
genius.
what's
Punch
up
a guy
with
who was
people
wearing a
punching
helmet.
people in the helmet, man?
My other warm beer, though, is Adrian Peterson's career. I think this is it.
What,
I think it's a wrap.
You can't say anything about that game, though, today, because that was just...
No.
was a
I'm
monsoon.
just saying, would you come back?
I wouldn't go to the Redskins again. Fuck them.
You know, he had 80 yards rushing today.
He did, but with no protection from the line, no help from your quarterback, and your coaching's just, where the hell is it?
Yeah, Case Keenum threw, he had less than 15 throws today, 12, 13 throws today.
Well, that's because it was
and he
wetter
didn't
than
even,
the
I don't
freaking-
even, I get all that, but he didn't even throw for 100 yards. I think he was like
So?
77, 78 yards, something crazy like that.
I say so to you, Biff, because Russell Wilson plays in fucking Washington. It's raining every single goddamn day up there.
Well,
I
it's
don't want to
'cause
hear this
Russell
excuse.
Wilson's
When the
Russell
sun
Wilson.
comes out,
I
they
don't
go,
care, though.
dear
I don't
Lord,
want to
what
hear
did we
this
do
excuse
wrong?
about, like, it's wet. But of course,
do we
that's
not
gonna
remember
happen.
Ben Roethlisberger? How many times he wipes or has to have a new ball when it rains? Or are we not going to talk about that?
What? No, I'm saying, like, I don't want to hear
He
this
wears a
excuse
glove.
about, like, saying, well, it was raining, so you know it was going to be bad. I don't care.
Yeah,
They
no,
play in
no.
fucking Washington.
I mean, let's talk about Brandon Weeden then.
Greatest backup quarterback to ever live, right?
Brandon Weeden could throw left-handed better,
Brandon Weeden is the Brandon Weeden of Brandon Weedens, okay?
along with Michael
far as-
Homanawinui.
As far as Brandon Whedon goes.
All right, so
I got another one.
Yeah,
It's
go
freaking
ahead.
the Lions, man. How streaky are they?
They're
just too
scary.
damn
It's
There are times where they look phenomenal, and then the next week they just don't get it done. For me, they're just too damn streaky. Yeah.
what did Matt Ryan hit 40,000 today?
no, that was Matt Stafford.
Or
That was
I'm sorry,
Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, fastest to ever hit it too.
40,000.
And he ain't won a goddamn thing, and he is
I'm just
the
saying.
fastest person to hit it.
He is so underrated as a quarterback. Everybody counts him out just because of who he plays for. But look at the stats he can put up, though.
I know, and 30,000 of those was to Megatron. So let's not forget that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He just chucked it up. No, I'm not gonna doubt his talent. I think he's had a very rough career, especially not having a good running back. What did he have, like Reggie Bush for like 2 years, and that
Yeah.
was it.
Yep.
And then he got traded away. So like he hasn't had a good running back. People think that Kerryon Johnson is going to be the solution, and I don't see it. I don't see it until somebody has a good run plan with these guys. It's not going to be it. Because Matt Stafford is kind of part of the problem when it's like, well, we have Matt Stafford. Why do we need to run the ball? So
Yeah, it's
sad, but
Yeah.
I could care less, honestly. It's the fucking Lions.
Yeah.
It's sad to see a franchise that has had one of the greatest human beings and one of the greatest players to ever play the game in Barry Sanders be a part of that franchise. And the way that they have tanked since then, they're one of the only teams in NFL history to go 0-16. And so it's just sad for them. But once again, it's the fucking Lions. Like it's making me sad. Let's move on. Let's move on to the slaughtering of the Dolphins again. Hey, they scored 21 points. There's a positive fact. All right.
Where is Fitzmagic?
Really? You really think Fitzmagic
Fear
can fix this?
the beard.
You really think that he can fix this issue going on?
No, I
here?
don't think he could. I think his beard could.
Well, who was it? Christian Wilkins. He got ejected in the first. He threw a punch.
31 seconds into the game.
31 seconds. Nice.
31 seconds. And
gonna
get
keep a-
ejected.
I'm gonna keep a
after
tab on that.
2 plays.
Was already getting tired of the Bills. Your uniforms are ugly, straight red. I can't fucking stand them. Okay, well that's all for that game. I just wanted to talk about how the Dolphins.
Who's
are
your
back.
climbing team? Climbing or rising?
Okay, my climbing team honestly has to go to. Oh shit, who did I have? Oh well. They were. I was gonna have them at my climbing team until they lost today, and that was Houston, but they lost today.
Yeah, my climber's the Colts. They beat Houston today.
Yep.
And my other climber, and I'm be really interested to see what happens with this, is freaking the Tennessee Titans being pushed along by Ryan Tannehill, because
He leaves Miami and actually does something.
Yeah, they didn't look half bad today, and got
They
a big
put up
win.
30 points again. Oh wait, no, excuse me, 23 points. They didn't score a damn point against Denver.
Yeah.
We lost 30-6.
Yeah,
against
and then they
freaking,
bench him, bring in Tannehill, and he comes in, and they freaking, find
right.
a way to win. I don't know, maybe a good climber. The Colts definitely. I think the Colts. Frank Reich, the coach there, he's like Andrew who?
Yeah. I've got a climbing team and a rising player.
Okay.
My climbing team, or actually, I'll start with my player. My climbing or rising player is going to be Teddy Bridgewater's stock. Are we?
Yeah, he
I
didn't
feel
look
like
too
we're
bad.
going to have to pay
They
him
beat the
some money to
freaking
keep
dog
him
shit
around.
out of the Bears, 36-10 today.
Yep.
It's 36-18. It's still going on, but
Oh, it
there's,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's,
I tried
it's
to
still
find
a
it. It's-
3-score game.
And then my climbing team, as much as I hate
What
and
channel's it
regret
on?
to say it,
It's on
Fox,
like 7-13.
But as much as I hate to say it, my climbing team is the Carolina Panthers.
Why? Oh well, it's NFC South.
yeah,
I'm
it's-
retarded. Yeah, I know.
No, it's
You can't hate C-Mac though. You
No.
can't hate him.
no, no. If Christian McCaffrey is the team, but then you add in Luke Kuechly on defense, and then where the hell did Kyle Allen come from?
I know he came
From his mother.
I thought he came from his father, but
Boom, roasted. Get out my face.
get out my face.
The team that I am still in love with, though, is San Francisco.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the way that they are playing. They won a 9-0 game today with basically no
In a freaking
offense.
tsunami.
Yeah, exactly. But once again, I don't want to fucking hear it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a hell of a game.
yeah, and they shut them out. The 49ers defense, there was a stat that was brought out. They're like number 1 and number 2 in a lot of defensive categories right now. Everyone's talking about their offense with Jimmy G, George Kittle, Marquise Goodwin, all these good players. But their defense,
They're not a high-named receiver team like these other teams. But then
Exactly.
you hear this George Kittle. Last year, who the hell was George Kittle?
He actually-
the leading receiver.
leading tight end in
Yeah.
receiving yards.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he's been there, and they've been consistently doing things right. But now that Kyle Shanahan has finally got his quarterback healthy, that was the big thing these past 2 years was Jimmy G.
He needs to spend the next 2 to 3 years getting protection for him up front
That's very true.
to keep all of that money that they put in Garoppolo healthy.
Yeah.
I completely agree because you look at 2 years ago when Garoppolo got traded, they went undefeated with him as their quarterback, as their starting quarterback. Then last year, what happens? He gets injured in the second fucking game of the year.
And then who the hell's that? Who was their backup?
C.J. Beathard.
Beathard from Iowa. That's right. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So you don't have your starting maybe future Hall of Fame quarterback. You don't have him. But this year, man, he's looking good. And he's one handsome man. I'm not going to lie. Jesus. I'm not afraid to admit that.
No.
But I want to talk about one more game because not a lot of exciting games this weekend, honestly, was Green Bay beating Oakland and Aaron Rodgers.
I can't remember who the hell the NFL analyst was, but they picked the Raiders to win by 2 touchdowns.
What?
Yeah, I can't
Why?
remember who the hell it was.
There was a video clip of the Raiders scoring and hearing John Gruden saying, "Let's go, motherfuckers!" He was yelling it on the sideline. It was great, but they didn't have a chance in hell in this game because Aaron Rodgers. Look, you might have a chance, but if Aaron Rodgers throws for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. And he also ran for a touchdown. So the Raiders.
Everyone forgets that. Aaron Rodgers does have some legs that will screw you over.
Yeah. Put a QB spy on him. Oh wait, Vontez Burfict is out for the year, so you don't have a middle linebacker. But any other topics for Week 7, or can we move on to?
We can look ahead for.
What about the
Week 8
Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Oh,
Okay.
it was the number one. It was the 2 top quarterbacks in the draft taken, and Kyler rock you like a hurricane came in and freaking beat Daniel Jones.
Daniel
and the New
Jones
York
didn't look
Giants.
comfortable.
Yeah.
He didn't look comfortable at all.
Yeah.
Well, he had what?
That's against the
He had a
defense.
fumble and 2 picks. What was it? I don't remember how many picks he had.
And that's against the Cardinals defense that is a sorry defense, even with all those good players. Now that Patrick Peterson is back, though, did you see that? He's finally back, even though he should be traded.
Okay, so here it is. He had 1 interception and 1 lost fumble.
Okay, so 2 bad plays by him. Anybody else, though,
No,
from
I'm
this
good
past
for this
weekend?
week.
No, I think we got enough of that. Trubisky licks freaking a dirty butthole right now, and I'm not happy with the damn Bears.
But as I said, the Patriots and the Jets will play tomorrow night, and we have the Eagles and Cowboys tonight. Who you guys got? I still think that Philly could pull it off, honestly.
Well, I hope Philly has it because they had a guarantee that they're going to beat the Cowboys.
There
this
was no
week.
guarantee.
What do you want a coach to say, man?
We're gonna suck,
what
and
is
we're not
wrong
gonna
with
try and
people in
win it
that?
today.
What is your problem with that?
I
No,
want
we're
one
not
more-
going to win.
No,
Fucking
that's
suck.
That's like a cop literally walking up to you saying, "I'm guaranteeing I'm going to find your kid." Oh, sorry, we didn't find your kid.
But what do you want as a coach? As a coach, you got to be able.
You need to be able to beat around the bush and say,
He
"Yeah."
didn't
we're
say
gonna,
that though. He said we're going to win the game.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Why would he tell the media we're going to lose the game? We fucking suck.
Well,
why would you ask that question, media? We're
worked
terrible.
really hard, and we're gonna prepare for the next week.
Exactly.
So we're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And I always do the Belichick.
Yeah. You don't have the pencil in your ear.
Yeah, I could put a pen in there.
You don't have the binoculars and the potato chips ready. All right.
Route 11 chips.
Well, then tomorrow night I still have the Patriots. Like, I don't see the Jets beating.
Yeah, I think the Jets are playing better. I just don't see them playing
Did Mono
better than
help
the Patriots.
Sam
what,
Darnold.
What do you think about what's his name going down for this week? Josh Gordon.
Gordon Joshes.
Yeah, he's not playing this week.
They still got Edelman.
He'll go smoke a joint.
They still got
Yeah,
Neil, don't they? Neil Harry is coming back.
N'Keal Harry, he just cleared IR. He's coming back. So I don't know how much he practiced this week. Be interesting to see what the offense looks like with him. I still think the Patriots are probably 2-3
Absolutely.
touchdowns better. Their defense is pretty strong right now, and so not that I'm not saying the Jets aren't capable, a more capable team than where they were earlier in the season. I just think they don't have enough for the Pats. I just don't.
All right.
Look ahead for.
Week 8.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We
I'm
Yeah.
going to turn around and drop right on the freaking Pats again because it's going to be interesting that they're going to get the Browns at home, right? The Pats are going to have the Browns at home.
You're going to have the most overrated team in the NFL going up against the best team in the NFL next week.
Another big-time game. I got 3 big-time games next week. 4. Well, I was just thinking the first
Tampa
one.
Bay and Tennessee?
No. Eagles and Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Oh, my God.
Eagles
is that
and
really
Buffalo.
a game?
Panthers, 49ers, and Packers, Chiefs.
Packers and Chiefs. What the?
That would have been one of mine.
With Mahomes
But-
out, Mahomes sitting.
Yeah.
How long is he going to be
Green
out?
Bay's
3
really
weeks.
6-1.
3 weeks. That's
3
what I
weeks.
heard.
Green Bay's really 6-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only
They're
loss
really-
they have is to Philly.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
insane. I didn't know. I thought that they were like 4-2, 3-3. That's crazy. I didn't notice that. And then my Steelers
kinda
got
cute
the
you know your
Dolphins
numbers.
I was
next.
going to say you got the
Got the
Dolphins.
fucking Dolphins.
Who?
Dolphins Steelers on Monday night.
Oh yeah, we did see that.
Your Bears got the Chargers
Chargers?
next week. If you guys don't beat the Chargers,
Oh,
it's very. Oh well, it seems like the Bears are still trying to score. They're still trying to play.
I've got 3 games myself.
Okay.
Chargers, Bears. Bears put up a fight. Chargers come out on top.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I
It
know
wouldn't
which one you're
surprise
coming
me.
up with next.
What's that?
49ers, Panthers.
No.
that's what I had.
Giants, Lions.
You know,
I'm going to leave now, folks, if you don't mind me.
The Lions are going to win that one, and they're going to win by like 3 touchdowns because that's how streaky they are. They're going to beat the
It
Giants.
depends. Uh-oh.
Oh no, his hands are covered in his face.
Oh,
That's
it's
not
Eli
good.
Apple.
That's not good. He's got his hands over his face. You can tell he's in a lot of pain. When players take a knee and freaking
Okay,
they
so
go to commercial when it wasn't expected, that shit's not good.
my
So if
third
that's Eli Apple, that's a terrible situation.
my third
Terrible.
game, Colts over Broncos.
Well, you know, I was going to pick that too. I was picking that.
Mr. Elite Joe Flacco.
Ah! Ah! Ha!
Mr. Joe Flacco wanting to join the elite quarterback club because he won a Super Bowl 20 years ago. But
It was 6 years ago, but yeah, go ahead.
No, it just feels like 20 years ago. I've got Jacoby Brissett pulling the Colts ahead of the Broncos.
Yeah, I like that. That's not a bad bet. I like that. I like freaking Indianapolis, man.
I say by 10
And I
points.
just like it because of Frank Reich. Right? I just dug him as a player. I like him as a coach.
The creator of the Philly here, people. Come on now. You got to give him credit somewhere.
You know, I don't know.
Oh, I do have another rising star I'd like to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
Darren Waller.
From Oakland, yeah.
Oakland.
The Hard Knocks favorite.
And he
Gets a lot of
just
money.
got paid.
Just got paid to lose to Green Bay.
It was it $9 million a year?
Yeah. I think it was
For
4?
4 or 5?
4 or 5, yeah, you're right. So, great for Darren Waller.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I just had to hear that shit again. That was awesome. Thank you,
Anyway.
Mike Gundy. Thank you, Mike Gundy.
Anyway, time for the last segment of the week. It's Hops of the Week. I think I started us off last week. Biff, what do you got for us?
As if Antonio Brown's drama wasn't enough, we have to throw fucking Colin Kaepernick in. Literally, the second Patrick Mahomes goes down, Matt Moore comes in. Everybody's wanting Colin Kaepernick to go with Andy fucking Reid.
Andy Reid to go with Colin Kaepernick.
Well, yeah, but they're saying that Colin Kaepernick's going to make Andy Reid's season savable.
No, he's not, because in 3 weeks, Patrick Mahomes
Yep. No, it's just a joke that everyone jumps on the Colin Kaepernick bandwagon as soon as a quarterback that as elite as Patrick Mahomes goes down. They want Colin Kaepernick.
Now
to
I know
step
you
in.
weren't listening to the show because that's the same shit I came up with last week.
Yeah, but,
It keeps coming up every single week now.
yeah, it's-
Kaepernick versus all the backups.
Yeah. Now that a starter is down, they want him to come in.
We're gonna storm the courthouse with
Oh
our
yeah,
pitchforks.
that's another thing is the freaking Kermit the Frog memes that come out for, laying
I
on
didn't
their
even
football
try to
field.
sound like Kermit the Frog, but apparently I did.
No, literally as soon as Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, the Kermit the Frog memes come out of Kermit the Frog laying on the ground or going to the hospital, and then Colin Kaepernick getting picked up by the